Hello, St. Peter's, and welcome back for another summer reading adventure story. My friends are out here in front of the pond. Can you see the lily pads back there? What kind of animal do you know likes to sit on a lily pad? That's right, frogs. So today is going to be all about frogs. My friends are ready. We have Ralph, Magic Monkey, Daisy, and Joy is sitting under Ralph because she wanted to be in the shade today. And of course, we have our jar of joy so we can spread our joy when we're through with the story. Would you like to see what I have in my adventure pack today? We are already on number 15. We only have a couple more to go. Oh, there seems to be some paper tucked in to my book. We'll see what that's all about in just a little while. That's for our craft later. All right, as usual, I have my water, I have my book, I have our special surprise craft for the end. I'll take that out in just a little while. But first, we need to get ready for our story. So let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for our story. This has one of my favorite characters, and I know I have read some other of these books to my students at St. Peter's School. Froggy. But today he learns to swim. Look, he's got his snorkel and his goggles on and his flippers. Isn't that silly? He's a frog, and he still put flippers on. This book is called Froggy Learns to Swim by Jonathan London, and it's illustrated by Frank Remkowitz. Froggy books are always silly. Are you ready? All right, here we go. It was hot. "It's a great day for a swim," said Froggy's mother. So Froggy and his parents flopped outside to the pond. Flop, flop, flop. "On your mark, get set, go!" Froggy's father sailed in. Splash! Froggy's mother sailed in. Splash! But where was Froggy? "Froggy!" called his mother. "What?" "Come on in and swim." No, I don't know how to swim. I want to swing." Oh, he looks a little bit nervous, doesn't he? "Whee!" sang Froggy, swinging higher and higher. He swung so high, he almost touched the sky. He swung so high, he wound round and round the crossbar. Zing! Uh-oh, let's see what that looks like. Uh-oh. Then unwound like a spring. Zing! And flew through the air. Oh boy, where's he gonna land? Right smack into the pond. Splash! "What are you doing?" asked Froggy's mother. "I'm drowning!" cried Froggy. "Help!" He grabbed hold of his mother and climbed on. Right onto her head. "What do you mean you're drowning? Don't you know frogs are born in the water? They are great swimmers." "Not me," bubbled Froggy. "I can't swim." "Oh, fiddlesticks," she said. "I'll show you how." Look at her. Look at him. He's clawing on her eyeball. He's so silly. "First, float on your belly and stick your face in. I won't let go." So she's helping him swim. Say bubble bubble underwater, then raise your face for air and say toot toot. I don't want to, Froggy whined. Oh, come on, Froggy, just try it. Repeat after me. Bubble bubble, toot toot. Bubble bubble, toot toot, spluttered Froggy. At least he's trying now. Great, now float on your back and do the frog kick. I won't let go. Then go like this. And she showed Froggy how, saying, chicken, airplane, soldier. Do it and repeat after me. Chicken, airplane, soldier. I don't want to, whined Froggy. Oh, come on, Froggy. Just try it. Chicken, airplane, soldier, gasped Froggy. He glubbed and blubbed and almost sank. Mommy, I need my flippers. Then I'll swim. Let's see. Froggy climbed out and flopped back to his house. He pulled on his flippers, zip, and flopped back to the pond. Flop, flop, splash. Now try it again, said Froggy's mother. Bubble, bubble, toot, toot. Chicken, airplane, soldier. He glubbed and blubbed and almost sank. Mommy, I need my mask and snorkel. Then I'll swim. Froggy climbed out and flopped back to his house. He pulled on his mask and snorkel, zoop, zip, and flopped back to the pond. Flop, flop, splash. Now, one more time, said Froggy's mother. Bubble, bubble, toot, toot, chicken, airplane, soldier. And then it happened. Oops, spluttered Froggy. What's the matter? Asked his mother. Oh, nothing, he said, looking more red in the face than green. Well, it's getting cold, Froggy. It's time to get out. Oh, no, I can't get out. Why not? Well, and he bubbled underwater while she crawled out. Then he burst up for air and yelled, Wait! What is it? Asked his mother. My bathing suit, he shouted. Oh, don't look, I'm getting out. Froggy climbed out and yanked on his bathing suit with a zap of elastic. Then he pulled on his flippers, zup, and sailed back into the pond. Flop, flop, splash. He is so silly. Froggy, called his mother. What? I told you it's time to get out. No, I don't want to get out. I want to swim. Froggy's mother shook her head. I told you frogs are great swimmers, she said, and sat down with Froggy's father to watch him. And Froggy sang, Bubble, bubble, toot, toot, chicken, airplane, soldier. All night long. Swim. Look how tired his parents are. The moon's out and he's still swimming. Chicken, airplane, soldier? Why do you think she told him that? Let's go look back and see what she says. Chicken, airplane, soldier. Do you see how she's moving her arms? So she wanted him to float on his back like a frog. And if he thought of himself of being starting up high, chicken, and then an airplane sticks their arms out and a soldier's down. So he's basically making his arms go like this so that he could swim and swim and swim. That was a really good idea. Maybe next time you're going for a swim, if you're still trying to learn how to swim, you could try Chicken Airplane Soldier. See if it works. Isn't that fun? Froggy is always so silly in these books, but in the end, he always does try, and that's all you can do. I know my friend Delaney is learning how to swim, and she swam just a little bit by herself. You have to have a grown-up with you when you're learning to swim, but you have to be a little bit brave for yourself too. I want to see how many of you learn to swim this summer. That would be fun. Well, my frogs, let me see. Do we see any frogs in there right now? Nope, I don't see any. Sometimes they'll make some sound and you still can't see them because they're disguised. But they like to sit back in the sunshine on the lily pads. So I was thinking, since I was reading about Froggy and I was thinking about the frogs in my pond, maybe you would like to make a frog puppet. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. It's very simple to make and they're really fun. You just stick your hand inside and you could have a whole puppet show. You can make lots of them. Would you like to try? Yes, we would love it. Okay, so as you can see, my frog right now is green, right? But guess what? I only had one piece of green paper, so I'm going to use yellow. I've seen so many different colored frogs when I've gone to the zoo. They have really bright colors, so I thought, why not use yellow? So we're going to start with some paper, any color that you have. If you just have white, that's okay. Remember, we can always decorate and color later. You're also going to need a glue stick. You're going to need some scissors. Got my safety scissors. You're going to need a marker or a pen for his eyes. And then I've got some scraps. Like I have this scrap of red for his tongue. I have a scrap of white for his eyeballs. And then I did find a little bit more green so we can make his eyes on the top of his head. But these can be any colors you have, okay? If you don't have red for a tongue, cut it out of white paper and color it red. It's that easy. So here's what you do to make a frog puppet. You're going to start with your paper like this. So it's like a window instead of a door. It's like a window. We call that landscape, all right? Then you are going to fold it down just about a third of the way down. Okay, so it's not all the way to the bottom. And you're gonna put a nice crease in it, like that, see? Then you're gonna get your glue stick, and right along this flap, on the top of the flap, you're just gonna put some glue, because that's how we're gonna make the paper stick together. So glue it all the way across, and then this bottom edge is gonna fold right up to where my glue stick line is. And then you're gonna push it tight and make your crease. Push it tight and make your crease. Okay? So a piece of paper that looks like this, long and skinny with a hole inside. Okay? Keep it flat. Then you're going to just fold it down in half. So that fold is on the inside, and put a really nice crease, just like when we make paper airplanes. Your creases have to be tight, just like that. Open it back up so where you can see that fold right there. Now you're going to take the top piece, and this edge is going to go down right to that fold, okay? So you're going to fold it, the top edge down to that fold, and put a crease in it. Just like that, see? I took it and I went down to this half fold that I made. Then you're gonna do that on the bottom. You can flip it around if you want. You can leave it like this. You're gonna fold this side to that crease. Like that. And then make sure you make a nice crease up here, okay? So they both got folded to the middle, right? And now we are going to fold them back. So here they are together, like this. We have our middle crease. On that crease, you're just gonna fold it back. So you have like this kind of book thing. Now, if you folded it all correctly, when you open it up like this, it'll look like the letter M. Or if it's upside down, it'll look like a W. But if it looks like a letter M, then you've done it right. If not, go back to where you have them folded like this, and then make sure you fold back. Because if it doesn't look like an M, it probably means you folded it forward. So fold it back on itself. So now we have this, and you can kind of see how this is a puppet now. Because this opens and this opens, the two back ends, if I can get it open, and that's where you stick your hands. See? We already have the puppet started. So what does he need next? His eyes, right? Here's how we're gonna make some eyes. I'm gonna use this scrap paper. See, it's just not that big of a piece, but I'm gonna fold it so that when I cut my eyes, it will be in two pieces. I'll have two of them, two eyes. So you can take your marker if you want, or you can just start cutting, it's up to you. And you're gonna draw like a big, kind of like an N, like that. And it's okay if it looks a little bit long because we're gonna have to fold part of it. So then, after you draw this little door, it looks like a door too. Then you're just gonna cut it out, follow the lines and cut it out all the way around. Turn your paper. Turning your paper is a lot easier than turning your scissors. Because if you turn your scissors, then your arm gets like this. It's really hard to cut. So turn your paper. Okay, so now I have, boop, two of my eyes. Before I do anything else, I want to make sure I fold back just the bottom flat edge a little bit. Okay? Just fold it up a little bit because that's how his eyes will stand up, because we'll glue that to the frog. And then you're going to do the same on this side. Just fold it up just a little bit. So, whoops, that it will stand up when we glue it. See that? Okay, put those aside for a minute. And now we need some eyeballs. That's what my white paper's for. So I think what I'm going to do is cut just a little strip. So I can fold this little strip in half. Bloop. Right? That way I have two pieces and I can make a circle. You can either, you know what would be a great size circle? Would be the cap of your glue stick. So if you take the cap of your glue stick and trace around, that'll give you a good pattern for your eyes. So then, and you already have your glue stick out, so that's a good resource. So then you're going to cut around your eyes. Remember, turn your paper, not your scissors. Okay, so now I have 1, 2 eyes. Guess what we're going to do with those? That's right, we're going to glue them onto the other part of our froggy. So just take your circle, get some glue on there, and then stick it on your green frog eye, just like that. And then we'll do the same thing for the other one. Put some glue on it, get your green eye, and you're just gonna stick it on there. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle. You can always trim your eyes a little bit if they're too big or too small. If you think this is too big, it's up to you. Then before we glue it on, it'll be easier. We're gonna put in little pupils for our frog. So we're just gonna make a little circle and color it in, just like that. And we'll do the other one. They can be big, they can be small, they can look silly, however you want to make your eyeballs. And now they're ready to go on our froggy head, right like this, okay? So that little flap that I had you fold, whoa, that's where you're going to glue, just on that little flap. See? You can kind of see my glue. I didn't put it up here on the eye. I put it on the bottom. And then we'll stick it right on top. Make sure so it's looking at you when your mouth is open over here. See? One eye's looking at us. Let's do the other one. The glue just goes on the bottom of that flap you folded up. And you're going to stick it on top. So now You can push his eyes back to make sure they stand up straight. We have 2 eyes. We should give him a little bit of a nose. Froggies have like maybe these little slits so he can breathe. Okay? Now we need a mouth. That's where my red paper comes in. You can see this is where I cut my other mouth out. I didn't even really draw it. You can if you want, or just cut out a U. Cut out a U shape. You can make a fat tongue, a skinny tongue, doesn't matter. Then before you glue it, stick it here. If you want your tongue to stick out a little bit when your frog is mouth closed, then this is fine. If you don't want it sticking out, then you would need to cut the back a little bit so that you can only see it when it's open. So since this one is, his tongue's all the way in, I'm gonna leave this guy's tongue sticking out a little bit. So then on your red piece, you are going to glue the whole piece. Put glue all around the edges and a little bit in the middle. And then you're gonna take your Froggy and stick it inside, up to that fold, and then press it down. That's all there is to it. Then you get to put your hands in, put your fingers on the top and your thumb in the bottom, and you've got a Froggy. This could be Froggy's mom. Froggy! What? Let's go swimming. I don't wanna. Oh, come on, I'll teach you. See, you could do the whole story. Pretty cool, right? I would love to see how your frog puppets turn out. Remember, they can be any color. Even since I made this one yellow and it doesn't look like Froggy or any other characters, I could put some spots on him. Some frogs have spots to camouflage themselves. That would be kind of neat, right? Put some spots on your frog. I like that. That's fun. So sometimes it's fun to experiment with your own creation so that it doesn't look exactly like everyone else's. That's what makes it your own, and that's what makes it special. Because we can all do our own thing. Yellow frogs, red frogs, green frogs, as long as we're having fun. I like that. I can go have a puppet show later. I'm gonna close up my marker, and I'm gonna close up my glue stick because I don't want it to dry out so I can make another craft. You can make as many frogs as you want. Now you'll just have to go back and watch the steps again. And sometimes I might be going too fast. That's okay. You can reverse, slow down, pause the video if you need to catch up, and eventually you'll be able to do it. I know you can. If you make a frog puppet, make sure you take a picture and put it in the comments so I can see what you've done. I can't wait. Well, what do you say, Joy, that we spread some joy today? All right, it's your turn. Come on down. Shake it up. See how we can spread our joy today. You know, if you want to add some things to our jar of joy, you could put those in the comments too, and I'd be happy to. Uh-oh. Start a dance party. You know what that means. We better put our froggies on. Let's do a froggy dance party. He was swimming before, but instead we can dance. Froggies like to dance. Froggies like to dance. They can jump and they can swim, and froggies like to dance. Haha. Isn't that fun? Start your own dance party with your froggy puppets once you make them. That'll really get people smiling. They will laugh for sure. I like it. Thanks, Joy. That was really nice. You know what we have to do now? We need to fill out our adventure log. Let's see. Here's mine. Summer Reading Adventures, and it's almost done. I only have 2 circles left to fill in. So let me get my crayons, and you know how I do it. I don't look, I just pick a color. I have a blue color today. It's called Pacific Blue. So fancy. All right, and then we're gonna color in that circle. But remember, you can use any color. You can make a pattern. It's all up to you. It's your caterpillar quest reading adventure. Look at that. It's exciting and a little bit sad at the same time. We only have one more. Let's count them and see how many we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow, great job, boys and girls. 15. We only have one more to go. And then you're going to bring this back to school so you can get a special surprise. You could even decorate the front. Maybe I'll color my front before the last one. I've decorated my grass. Yeah. Okay, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed Froggy's swimming story and liked making the puppets with me. And don't forget, how are you going to spread your joy? Start a dance party, maybe with your puppets. A puppet dance party. All right, boys and girls, until next time, don't forget, keep spreading your joy.